Hi, Muhammad. Let's take a look at these essays. The first one is about the Olympics. Okay. In today's world, no capital T, not may, but many people believe that the Olympics have lost its relevance and charm. No question here. Um, Sometimes a question can be effective in an essay, but here in this context, it doesn't feel particularly academic, but even more important, it's not even grammatically correct. So I would get rid of it. Um, just get rid of it entirely and say, I agree with the school of thought completely. The following examples will, not would, but will explain my position in not a constructive way, in a more detailed way would be better. Yeah, constructive is the wrong word here. All right, let's move on now. Firstly, we can enjoy sport or the sport or game of our choice, as there is always something happening in the field. For example, we just watched Cricket World Cup, capital W, capital C, where England played their best game to become first-time champions. I believe cricket buffs around the globe enjoy the game by watching and supporting their teams. Okay, what's your point? Um, so you said that you agree that the Olympics have lost their charm, and then you say that we can watch any game we want, and then you talk about cricket. So what's your point? What does this have to do with the importance of the Olympics? What are you trying to tell us? I don't understand the point of this paragraph at all, okay? Secondly, global connectivity has played a great role in diverting the attention of the audience because now, by surfing on the internet, we can catch up with our favorite game according to our convenience, and we do not have to wait for any particular time period. Almost all the sports which were initially the center of amusement for spectators in the Olympics only are now, that doesn't make sense. I don't understand almost, and I don't understand only are now played. So get rid of only and just say are now played on different levels such as country or continent periodically. This has eroded the mass fan following for the Olympics enormously. Okay, here I kind of get your point. It took you a while to get to it. I would have liked your point to be clearer from the beginning of the paragraph, okay? So in other words, something like now because of global connectivity, the Olympics have lost its relevance. Okay, and then say that global connectivity has diverted the attention of the audience, and then go into all of that. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So basically, you needed something really just summarizing, in a way, the main idea of this paragraph. So you're really linking it all together, and it's clear from the beginning of the paragraph what it is you're talking about. To summarize, I see the fantasy of the Olympics is dying down by each passing day, and new options are more entertaining for the audience at large. We don't start sentences with but. Get rid of it. So, however, for players, not yes. I don't really like this here. It feels a little too conversational. So, why don't we try this instead? However, for players, certainly the Olympics hold a special place in their minds because being the largest stage to perform with their talent and get applaud from audience, ultimately winning, that doesn't make sense. Grammatically, you've got some problems here. It's a sentence that becomes completely incoherent because of those grammatical problems. So let's try it again and say, however, for players, certainly the Olympics hold a special place in their mind because it is the largest stage to uh, show their talent on and also get applaud from the audience, as well as potentially winning gold medals for their countries. Now, if you had written it like that, it makes a little more sense, okay? So, like I said here, the first body paragraph didn't really make much sense to me. I really wasn't sure why we were talking about cricket at all, and what the relevance was to the Olympics. This paragraph was better, but you needed to highlight its relevance to the topic earlier on in the paragraph so it's clear from that first sentence what it is you are talking about. Okay, now another thing that I want to talk to you about this paragraph is look at its length. It's really rather short. In fact, it's just as long as your conclusion, which shows us that it's also underdeveloped. It needed to be a little longer, it needed to be a little more developed, and it was a little too short. I mean, your cue should be the fact that it's the same size as your conclusion. All right? So, let's take a look now at what you wrote in the other essay. All right, so we've got your Albion letter here. Dear Sir Madam, I am writing this letter to explain my circumstance, which resulted in my absence from the exam. Firstly, I apologize. Careful with your spelling. That's the wrong spelling of apology. Apologize, forgive me. Firstly, I apologize for the situation which caused the inconvenience for the university management and prompted the issuance of show cause notice. All right, I don't really know what a show cause notice is. I apologize for the situation which caused inconvenience for the university. All right. And prompted the issuance of the absentee notice. Something like that might have made more sense. For your record, my name is Muhammed Afzal, student number this and case number this. That's good. I don't like let me. It feels like a command to me, and that for me ceases to be formal. All right. Remember that formal language always tries to be indirect, as polite as possible. So when you say something like let me, you're basically commanding the person reading the letter. So it doesn't feel as formal as would be necessary in this context. So let's change that a little bit and say instead, I would like to explain my position in detail. Full stop. I am suffering from chronic back pain, or rather, I suffer from chronic back pain because if it's chronic, then it means that it's just a general truth and it happens all the time. Therefore, present simple is more accurate. So I suffer from chronic back pain, which can even be confirmed from my student file. Recently, I was evacuated. I was evacuated? That doesn't make sense. I think you mean something else, but I don't know what you mean. By a university first aid member and shifted, no, that's also the wrong word, not shifted, and transferred to the nearest hospital due to fatal pain. No, fatal means it killed you. So it can't be fatal, all right? Devastating pain, perhaps, but not fatal. So, due to a massive attack of pain, which you didn't encounter the pain, you experienced, which I experienced while attending the lecture on 24th of June. On the exam morning, lowercase m, I suffered the same blow, but of greater intensity. My family gave me the prescribed medicine and instructed me to take rest for speedy recovery. Unfortunately, I do not have any medical report or prescription for that day, as I could not visit any doctor, but you can refer to the record of the university's first aid team to confirm my medical history. Hence, I would like to request the university accept my apology and allow me to sit for the next exam. Yours obediently. All right, so let's talk about a few things in this letter. A lot of it's okay. You did have some wrong word choices, which I already explained to you. Yours obediently is inappropriate. You don't know the name of the person you're writing to, so it should be yours faithfully. When you do know the name, just stick to yours sincerely. This is a little too much. Definitely avoid it. Now, apart from this and apart from the vocabulary mistakes, let's talk about something else. Let's talk about this. You apologize. Yes. You identified yourself in these three ways. Absolutely. You explained what happened and any possible evidence. Well, that's a little strange because you just said that you didn't have any evidence. You said that you just had like a history in your file. I would have preferred if you had said that you did have some evidence to show them. That's a better, it's a safer way to do this because it does say any possible evidence you may have. So it would have been a better, on the safer side, in other words, to say, yeah, I have evidence, I have a prescription, all right, or something like that. Now, here's where the real problem comes in. It's here with this possible resolutions. You gave one resolution just to retake the exam, but clearly here it asks for more than one resolutions. It says plural here. So you have to assume that you need to provide at least two. And this is the kind of thing that I really want you to be careful about as you progress in your IELTS preparation, because there are these little traps all over the exam questions. So when you see something like this, look, this said and, so you had to provide both. Here you've got that plural here, so that means you need absolutely more than one. So these are the things you have to be really aware of and cautious about when you're writing, okay? So those are the things I want you to fix. Something like this would really lower your task achievement score, just so that you know. It would definitely be a considerable blow to task achievement. So keep that in mind, and when you rewrite these essays, focus on those things a little bit. All right, go ahead and correct these. Let's see them corrected, and let's look at your next set of essays. Good luck to you.